Hey team, hope everybody's having a great day. Two analysis today, CAD yen, pound yen. Pull out the pound yen chart. We're gonna start with that one first on the monthly time frame as usual, okay? What do? We look for horizontal buy and sell sensitivity. So we see horizontal sell pressure, we see horizontal buy pressure. Now, these yellow zones are our weekly upper and our weekly lower zone. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you guys to understand how zones would look on the different time frames. So for example, how does a weekly zone look when you're on the monthly time frame? Well, this is how it looks. What this does is it gives you a visual of what price may see or what we may see on the lower time frame, okay? So we identified our monthly zone. Let's talk flow. Strong sell control, push to the downside. We see buy pressure into the market at our lower monthly zone as expected due to previous buy pressure. Higher time frame push, higher time frame exhaustion. We see sell confirmation enter the market, that's sell pressure at our monthly upper zone as expected. Bearish engulfing candle close with the continuational push to the downside. Now, what's the key piece of information here that price action is giving us? Well, we know that price is now reaching its monthly lower zone. We know that this is an area of buy pressure. And we know that price, due to the significance of this area and also the price, we're not just going to be able to break straight to the downside. There's going to be an impulse move to the upside, a higher time frame change in direction. Okay, so remember, we spoke about this in the past. For any higher time frame change in direction, so that's on the monthly time frame and that's on the weekly time frame, we need something called double confirmation, okay? So I can already tell due to the buy pressure here, which isn't significant enough, that there will be double confirmation on the lower time frame. So let's take it down to the weekly. All right, onto the weekly. Here's our weekly upper, here's our weekly lower zone. Horizontal sell pressure, horizontal buy pressure, area of significance. So what do we see? We know that price had a higher time frame exhaustion with the higher time frame continuational push to the downside. Here's contact with our monthly lower zone, area of buy sensitivity, and we know we're looking for a higher time frame change in direction. So what is this move right here? That's an impulse move to the upside. Think about it. Take profits are being hit, stop losses are being hit, buy limit orders are being executed. This is an impulse move to the significance of where price reached. What's after an impulse move to the upside, which is also considered a push? That's right, an exhaustion, where then we're looking for second wave of buy pressure for what will be then a change in direction. Okay, so now let's take it down to the daily for a closer look. All right, down to the daily. Remember, here's our weekly lower zone. Here's that higher time frame push to the downside. Here's that impulse move. So we know that this impulse move is considered a push. It broke area of sensitivity, it broke previous high, okay? This makes this a push. What's after a push to the upside? That's right, an exhaustion to the downside. So what we're gonna see is we're gonna see sellers retest this monthly lower zone to the downside. But what I'm expecting is a second wave of buy pressure to hit the market, which would be confirmation 2. Impulse move, confirmation 1, second wave of buy pressure, confirmation 2. So when we take it down to the 4-hour time frame, it's time to look for entry. Now, what are we looking at here? We're looking at the exhaustion, right? So here we have the push, here we have the exhaustion. So when we take it to the 4-hour time frame, here's that exhaustion that we identified on the previous time frame, and we can also identify a downtrend as we have respected lower highs. So what does this mean for entry? Very simple. We stay patient. We let price complete its full exhaustion to retest this monthly lower zone. We wait for price to break this downtrend to the upside. That would be considered a push because that's an area of sell sensitivity that buyers break to the upside. What's after a push to the upside? An exhaustion to the downside, where then we're looking for price action confirmation and an entry to our weekly lower zone. TP3 is at our weekly lower zone. Why? Because this is the next area of sell pressure. Once price reaches TP1, we move SL to entry. So in summary, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to capitalize on this monthly area of buy sensitivity. We know that sellers are not going to be able to break this monthly zone to the downside. So what does that mean? We're waiting for double confirmation. Confirmation 1, confirmation 2, change in direction. Okay? That's it for pound yen. On to CAD yen.